Clutch Trucker is filmed before a live studio audience. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. I'm now safely parked in York, Pennsylvania. No, York, Nebraska. Been a long day. Spent most of it sitting on the road over 4 hours because of an accident that was just a little bit ahead of me. And of course, I just passed exit 305, which, if you know the Nebraska area and all, that's where the TA is at Alda. And then everybody's slamming on their brakes. I was able to slow down and stop in time. Luckily, everybody behind me did. I saw a whole bunch of dust up in the median. Apparently, what happened is an SUV either blew a tire or something happened going on the westbound side, flew across the median, smashed into one or two other cars, pushed one of them into the front of a truck, big truck, and the other one flipped over and got wedged underneath the trailer or something like that. And so here's kind of what happened with all of that. This is one of those parts of trucking that really sucks. Sitting here on I-80 eastbound in Nebraska. Major wreck happened about an hour and 15 minutes ago. Apparently a couple of cars and a big truck all collided together. I keep hearing one's flipped upside down, the other one flipped sideways and is kind of wedged under the truck. So we're not going anywhere. Of course, I just passed the last exit 3 miles back. And so I'm stuck in an area where I can't get off. It happened probably 5 minutes before I got here at most. And so I'm up at the front of the line and I'm stuck. Can't go anywhere. All you can hope is that the people involved in the wreck are okay and are still alive. Hard to tell. Back here I can't see it. I don't have any information. You know, this is the part of our job that sucks. You know, you never know when it can be you. You never know, you know, if you ended up killing somebody and maybe not even your fault. And so I don't know if anybody died up there. I know there's severe injuries. And I know one vehicle's flipped upside down, the other one sideways, wedged under a truck. So that's all we're hearing at this point. But yeah, this is the part of the job that sucks. You feel really bad for everybody involved. You hope it wasn't some idiot texting that caused it. You never know what could have caused it. Could have been a guy driving down the road, had a heart attack and swerved and caused the wreck. Who knows? So all you can do is pray for those involved and hope everybody's okay. You know, as far as getting my load there on time, well, you know, that may not be happening at this point. I had stopped through the house to spend some time with my family this weekend on this load that was already kind of tight, and allowed enough time to, you know, make it from there and make my delivery tomorrow afternoon. But I've been sitting here banging on an hour and a half, and it looks like we're not going to be moving anytime soon. So one of those situations where, yeah, I'm probably going to have to call the broker in the morning and say it's not going to be there on time. I can't legally make it happen. And it's going to have to be rescheduled. What can you do? Okay, here's an update. Been sitting here now for over 3.5 hours. And there were definitely fatalities. That's why it's taking so long. So, of course, they have to complete their entire investigation before they can even clean anything up and try to tow the pieces away. And that's, just saw a couple more tow trucks show up. And that's what they're trying to do now. I've already let my company know that, yeah, there's no way I can make the delivery tomorrow in Kentucky. And there you go. It had been over 3.5 hours at this point, and you see this cop coming up next to me. This is after I'd seen a few more tow trucks going by, and the cop was yelling at the pickup in front of me, who had been sitting on the shoulder most of the time, on the left shoulder, to move back into the travel lane.
Your pickup needs to be in the lane of traffic. Get your pickup back in the lane of traffic.
Okay, after over 4 hours, once we finally got going again, then you can see, you know, lots of cop lights. At this point, it's dark, so you really can't see much. And it's all going to be on the far left side of the screen. There was a Subaru up on a tow truck, the whole front end just gone. That's obviously the one that smashed right into the big truck. There was, then you see the big truck there. You can't see the damage on it because it's on the left side. And then there is another SUV. That must have been the one that came from the westbound side. You can't really see in the video all that well either because I'm going right by it and it's on the far left side. But the whole roof and hood and everything were all mashed in. So that was the one, obviously, that was flipped upside down. So crazy stuff. So I'll go ahead and show you that video anyway. See a mingled Subaru on a flatbed tow truck. We've got a Bobcat out here with a big brush cleaning that. Oh no, whole part of that car is gone. There's the May-truck, yeah. Its whole left front is gone. And there's another SUV sitting there. It's this one when it's flipped over. The top and roof and hood are all smashed in. Okay, so after all that, then blew my window. I only had an extra hour to play with anyway because I spent time with the family in Cheyenne over the weekend and allowed enough time, I thought, to make my delivery on Monday in Kentucky. But that kind of blew it all out the window right there, and there's nothing I can do about it. Hours of service as they are. And of course, then while we're sitting there waiting, then a winter storm warning comes in, calling for freezing rain, turning to snow, and wind gusts of 35 plus miles an hour. So once we did finally get going past that wreck, this is a heavy load. I've got a load of seed on here. I'm right at 80,000 pounds. This thing is absolutely fully loaded, and it was still blowing me around. So I just made it up the road to York, parked in this little shell, and I'm shutting it down for the night. We'll deal with everything tomorrow and let that storm hopefully blow over tonight. So this is kind of the downside of trucking, the part that sucks. You can only hope some of the people made it out of that wreck alive. Obviously there were fatalities, or it wouldn't have taken that long. That's always a sign that there are fatalities, because they have to completely measure everything, photograph everything, and diagnose the whole scene before they can allow the tow trucks to move anything. That means somebody died. So, you know, prayers go out to those people. I don't even know who they are, but, you know, you just hate to see any of that happen out here, but that's part of this life. And anything like that can happen to any one of us at any moment. So just, you know, be thankful, drivers, that it hasn't happened to you yet, hasn't happened to me yet, and hopefully it'll continue to be that way. So this is kind of one of those downer videos, kind of the downside of trucking, but it is the reality, so I thought I'd show what at least went on. All right, I-80 eastbound in Nebraska shut down for well over 4 hours today because of this giant wreck. And that's where they're putting those, you know, you see those wire things that they're putting in all over the country. That's to try to stop stuff like this from happening. If somebody does veer off the road on like the westbound side, that should stop them from making it all the way across to the eastbound side. There weren't those in this section of Nebraska Interstate 80. So they made it all the way across, and bam, boom, bing, carnage followed. So there you go. So that's, this is just kind of a dose of reality, and this is what happens out here. So we show the good and the bad, show it all, baby. And there you go. So thanks again for watching. Please subscribe, please like, ring the bell, yada yada. Sniff the magic YouTube fairy dust. As always, clutch out.